here we go. It's time.
It's really interesting that Spain did say that they were feeling that confident about their backline coming from the European contenders. We are very familiar with both
the Orisa comp. The Orisa comp is really interesting against the Doom comp.
Rose to prominence in 2022.
This might be Spain might have a good comp here.
However, has been around the scene
I want to see how they play against him.
And he's back on the Orisa. Oh, this makes
I'm
my
really
Club
curious.
Vendetta nostalgia goggles incredibly happy.
Back on it with Punk also getting over towards that Bastion. THAILAND obviously playing a very aggressive composition with that.
Say the last day for drops. The set of drops that you're getting right now. It is, yes.
Realistically, whenever, but I mean, Spain's just taking full advantage of this.
Well, Spain's going to get map control. Thailand's going to want to set up around the map because that's exactly what they did, and that was not Thailand wants to set up across the map. That's what I mean. That's exactly what they did, and it was very well played. We saw this, like, Thailand wants to, in these Doom comps, they want to engage in, but they want to wait for the perfect timing. And that right there, if you watch what Spain just did, is exactly what we were talking about before with how good that Orisa comp can be against the Doom comp, but this is really close. This is the first match of the day, yeah.
And then they clean up on high visions as well to reclaim the point.
Yeah, but Helva's just a monster of sustain. It should be noted, however, that because THAILAND were able to take that first cap, they were able to stall it out.
A Yari outfit. Oh, I forgot. They're running Bappa Yari at that, too. Bappa Yari is like what we see in ranked a lot, and it's tough to play against.
THAILAND any opportunity to try and engage cleanly for a fast flip, going for that captive son, just forcing that dive further back so that Crazy Dragon can look to invade this backline. Doesn't manage to find a pulse bomb kill, but still keeps the brig away.
Yeah, nice pulse.
Yeah, nothing happened.
But immediately countered by the immortality.
I was like, oh, it looks so sick, and then just nothing happened. Window is going to be good here. See, Window is... I was just going to say, if they remotely peek that window, Spain's going to take that team fight. And Spain took that team fight. Holy crap.
Almost a 4 as Spain.
Yeah, this like bunker-style comp is really good against what Thailand's running. Okay, so we're seeing a swap here to Genji. Genji is good against, like, the Bastion, in the sense that Bastion loses a little bit of value during that turret form. So I want to see if that really helped. And now they're going to pause.
Decide on a specific target, right?
All right, here we go. It's time.
If with the dive you're able to find kill, if it's not onto the Orisa,
here we go.
She's just going to fortify, stand on that point, and use that 45% damage reduction to wait for a regroup from the rest of your team.
Killer strike from Punk. Early. Meanwhile, Tito actually cancels it.
You know, Bastion ult is not even like, oh, wait a second. The Orisa ult actually gets on a limb right there, which I was actually really happy to see that.
Who was looking to make a push here, Helv, just kind of sitting in the middle of THAILAND as they're trying
I
to
think
do
Spain
here, rallying against the Orisa.
Spain should win this team fight, but they might get the point flipped on them right now. I was just going to say, that flip is actually going to be really helpful for Thailand, because even if Thailand loses this fight, that flip creates another team fight. If they didn't have that flip, then this would be over if they lost it. So, like, Thailand's going to be happy they at least flipped that, because now they can create another team fight. They're going to be a little bit low on ultimates against Spain, and Spain has both Window and a Yari ultimate, which can make it a little bit difficult to make a play for Thailand, but yeah, I was just going to say. Oh my. Oh my. That's a support.
To reclaim the point, they gave it up for a second, but they have it back.
Hydro Sherlock and Twang Life, thanks for the first prize.
Thanks, the statement of best backline in Europe, I don't know what is. Thailand had even swapped Pale onto the Kiriko to try and swift step.
And now they have Window.
On point, so that
and now they have Window, chat.
Because they have been able to find the flip off of the kills earlier on in that fight, but Gala immediately shuts them down and secures Team Spain the win of the fight. And now we're in last fight territory. High Vision so close to that blade that it might be too far, Dustin, because he has to jump the Alari, and Gala's not going to go down without a fight.
No, Spain.
Wow.
They're gonna
Block Bell, thanks for the
round,
prize.
and I
Thank
can
you.
already see all the Twitch chat comments. Alari, by the way, support, by the way. I mean, it just always
I like how Dogman's saying that too. He's like, yeah, support, by the way. Like, exactly what's happening there.
Support player credit. But I mean, that was awesome.
This is why I think Spain has a really good comp against the Doom comp, right? If played correctly and they really work together, there's not a really good dive that Thailand can do. If it's played correctly. The Echo swap here, though, is interesting.
Even with things like Power Block, it just gets
oh, wow. Are they doing these swaps completely here? Are they just going off the Doom comp?
Because the Alari's just going to be able to either 1v1 whoever you send, jump away, or the Baptiste's going to throw down Immortality Field. At least if you go for the Bap, you've baited out the ability. But unfortunately, because everyone from Spain
Jay Sapphire, thanks for the gift this up. Thank you. Shit. Is Wrecking Ball played? Very rarely.
Immortality Field is not the fight win condition that it is for some of these other compositions.
Here we go.
Now rocking that same composition.
And Cat Meyerman and Berumia, thanks for the features prompts. Thank you, everybody.
Thailand, they have that Diva out there with the Echo this
Here we
time
go.
and a Tracer to follow through. Moxie, they actually rotate
Spain's
all
expected it though. They've got hit scan.
Yeah, they've got Punk on the Ash, Crazy Dragon as well, and that Tracer. Helv is kind of the target here again, but Polly,
I'm telling you, it's this comp.
Did have some help from the Tracer. Eventually, they take out Helv, but I mean,
They went Diva. Okay, this is interesting.
Resource just to kill Helv, where 3 members are already gone for Thailand before they kill him.
This is very, very interesting. The Diva swap here is like... So, obviously, I play a lot of Diva, but the reason why you're doing this is because the Doom comp isn't going to work. The way they're playing it is so bunker-based. They might actually switch back Doom now, though. They say it off the bat. Don't be surprised to see a Doom. They stay Diva.
Out of space so they can pick up that
This is interesting. I did not expect the Diva swap. Like, Diva's going to be okay in this comp. I think it's just they want to go for a full dive, and they like the idea of the Diva comp. They absorb some of the damage and, like, a little bit more peel for the backline, which is why they're running Bat Break.
Crazy Dragon and Punk just have so much better.
Like, Diva's pretty good here, but, like, it's not... The way Spain's playing, they're being aggro. So anytime they dive, they're just countering them, and we'll see. Yeah, they're rotating around. You can see them. They're just going around the whole time. Jay Sapphire, thanks for giving us up. Thank you. Appreciate it.
As they rotate all the way around Thailand,
see, they're going to flip the map on him over and over again, so as if they don't dive right away, it's nice stick. So basically what happens is that as Thailand is trying to set up for a dive, Spain keeps rotating around. Ooh, what in the heck?
Just killed 3 people in this fight.
But wait a second.
After getting his own pulse bomb,
Thailand still might win that. Jose,
Jose,
thank you for the gifted sub. Thank you, appreciate it. And Zoramai, thanks for the features round. Thanks. So what happens is essentially what you're seeing happen with this strategy is Thailand needs to set up for a dive. They can't just run at them in a straight line and dive because they can see it coming. But they have to set up. So what Spain does is rotate around, basically clockwise or counterclockwise dependent, and they keep delaying their dive. And then if you keep delaying their dive, you take a lot of poke damage, you get a random limb, and then it also buys them time on the point, which is why it's a really good combo.
I want to have some good ultimates, but no, their backline. I mean, Polly dead again. High Vision traits back. Punk goes down, so at least Tylander.
Whoa! Yo, that was sick.
From Gala, didn't really find a ton of value directly. High Vision's in the copy, just wants to take out Camille. Does so, also gets the copy. Terror Surge, so that's going to be a lot of.
Wait, do they rally that though? Ooh. That's a tough rally there because they did not need that rally.
That objective back and look for stagger kills.
But look at what Spain did. They recognized when those kills came through that they were going to lose that fight, and they held on to a lot of ultimates. Off of purely the captive sun coming through from Gala, Thailand got so scared that they had to throw in 3 ultimates. Now they've only got amplification matrix.
Lucky Charms, 600 bits. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you.
Buy themselves the time to be able to build up this pulse bomb as Spain try and push through, but they're the ones that lose a player first.
Yeah, I mean, it keeps happening. Thailand, they keep losing.
Huge pick.
1 member first. Bob also out for Punk. And it seems like Thailand's trying to find something here. I mean, they gotta win this fight, or at least wait.
Let me see what Spain has right now. Spain doesn't have any else. So, like, this is one of those team fights that if Spain loses it, this was about building ultimates. You gotta give credit to Thailand, though. They've definitely made a bit of an improvement here going to this one.
Even though they lost that first member of their team, they're looking strong.
Yeah, but look at what Spain is going to be approaching. Helv's going onto the Winston so that Kineo has a better nano-boosted target for this dive engagement.
Exactly correct. This is basically to nano the Winston in. This is a good play to nano the Winston in, and we know that Spain like to run Winston during the qualifiers, but obviously the meta's changed since then.
On this right side.
That is a good play by the backline. Wonderful play by Thailand. I wonder if they're going to... I wonder if Spain's going to try to just reset or just go with a nano. Yeah, exactly. It's like it is a soft reset. They have to kind of back up a little bit. They did get a limb, which is good, but like, they want to soft reset it because they just it's really tough to win that 4v5. You know what I mean? Like really tough to win that 4v5.
Out the immortality field early, or you can melt the Diva next to Tita Watt can't use the self-destruct to be able to stall out in this last fight.
Captive Sun also available for Gala. Now goes for a Punk though. Will die on the engage, and it doesn't look like they have the bolt.
Ooh, I don't know if they can.
Gala's still here as well. Comes back to the.
Oh no!
Still down a person on the team. Tita Watt eventually will find Gala after coming down from the
Yo, this is a good match, chat. This is a good match. You got to give credit to Thailand right there because that was not looking good.
Really good swaps coming through from Team
That was not looking good.
Diva,
and they brought it back to the 3rd round of this map. That was impressive.
Getting value. They were taking so much damage.
That was very well
just on
played. You have to
entry
give him
all
credit
of
on
those
that one.
fights,
Holy
not just
crap.
from the hit scan off the Ashe, but also from Gala on that Illari. They
That
knew
was
they
very
needed to
well
find
played.
some distraction.
The disruption, as you described it, I mean, Thailand really good.
All
at
right, what do
just
they
coming
have
back
here? So
constantly.
they're running the... Ooh, so
very similar composition
Spain's
they did in
gone the
previous
Winston
one as
comp. Now,
well.
I want to point out Spain's very comfortable with this comp. And Thailand is staying on the Diva comp. Now, obviously, when I'm playing Diva against Winston, I like that matchup. And they're not running the Honor Brig, which means that they're going to be a little bit more susceptible to the dive because they're not running the Honor Brig. So they're going more of a heavy DPS comp, which can be good against poking out a lot of their damage. But, as you can see, they're able to dive the support. It's... I wouldn't doubt if they go Brig. Maybe they're comfortable with that comp. There's a chance they do switch to Brig, but maybe they like that poke damage that they're doing.
Gorgeous.
This is a good game.
Coming through from Kinale, and
This is a good game, chat. I gotta say.
Earlier before the anti actually hit.
This is a really good game.
The second that is gone, Spain just pull the trigger and really initiate in with that dive composition. High Vision's actually going back to spawn.
They're close to Nano, so what they're going to do right now on Spain is they're going to try to take as much damage as possible on the Winston to be able to build Nano. You'll start to see the Winston kind of like poking around and going back to the Ana. That is designed to get Nano. Their play right now is specifically based off of this Nano, and they're hoping to get it before the other play happens. They're still going to go for it, though. They still think they can win that because they know the other team won't have as many ultimates, so they're going to commit to the Nano play and try to make a play off of that. But a really good peel and survivability by Thailand, but they trade one. Yeah, here it is. And they flip the point. So Spain committed to that play because they felt like they were going to be in a good spot to be able to do that. If anybody's wondering why the Diva went off the map, that's to get their suit back. A lot of really good teams will take advantage of the idea that there's a baby Diva there, so what they're going to do is they're going to jump off the map to reset because the other team just died. Spain knows this. They're going to probably take this dive a second sooner because they know they have a slight, like, 2-second, like... Yeah, see, this is why they're going so quickly. They have, like, a 2-second window here to be aggressive. And that's what you're seeing.
At least the dive isn't necessarily in the backline. Just have pulse bomb committed, but Apudo blocks it with the shield. Immortality Code still used, however, to negate the damage.
Not bad.
Potential. Gala still finds Ace on their dive as well, so a lot of resources being used from Thailand to live here. Apudo and Polly.
Spain does have
Crazy Dragon, and also drop.
I think the Winston ult. If the Winston ult gets one, I was gonna say Spain's gonna flip this. Thailand's not gonna try to go for this. Thailand's gonna rely on their blade next team fight. They will not default this. Wow, I am surprised. I mean, maybe I'm wrong on this one. Good thing the glitch fixed with the Brig shield, because that would have been tough.
From Gala and the rest of Spain kind of
I was surprised.
There's no tank here, so not a lot of point presence necessarily for Thailand. They're just going to run in.
And the reason why I didn't think they would...
Yeah, I mean, they do get the stall down up to 70%.
The reason why
they get some sort of advantage there.
I didn't think they would Diva ult as because I felt like it wasn't going to be winnable, and the extra percentage they were going to get wasn't going to guarantee them a win. So that's why I was surprised by that.
Punk is going to be forced to try and hold on to this EMP to shut the Genji down as quickly as possible, but he goes down to the Diva boosters. That's the worst possible start to the fight because now High Vision has a free blade, and he's hunting down Kinale.
I'm going to be honest with you, though. I feel like Thailand over ulted that. I'm going to be honest with you. I think Thailand over ulted that. If Spain wins this next team fight with an EMP, they take ult advantage the rest of the way. So if they have a good dive right now, like, that could be it. They're going to have a huge ult advantage at that point. Depends how the EMP is, of course.
Over the top does have EMP available. Can go for the back.
Oh,
doesn't
no.
actually want to use it. In fact, he goes down with it. Ace and the rest of his team come through to find
We'll
Punk.
see.
So that's the big ultimate for Spain gone now. As Thailand understanding that.
Oh, the HP. I don't know what their HP was, but that was low.
Very low HP. Will pop it. Eventually, the rally comes through from Apudo as well. So Thailand.
Here's what's going to happen. If Spain wins this, they're going to go, wow. That was such a smart not using EMP. If they don't, we're going to be like, huh?
Diva bomb as well from T2Walk to zone at the point. Crazy Dragon's only able to find one. Kinale will find High Visions at the very least. Apudo's so low too. No more support for Thailand. At least Spain have Kinale. It's Ace on that point trying to find the support of Spain. But
oh my.
And the rest of Spain.
Wait for the support passes to kick in. Nice job.
Looking for staggers on Thailand.
What a team fight that was!
That's a sustained fight.
And look at the ult chat. Remember how I was mentioning the ult advantage if like Spain wins that? They're about to have another nano. They're going to have Brig ult, and they have a Pulse Bomb play. Thailand has no ultimates at all, and the only ultimate they're going to build early on, maybe, is Pulse Bomb. It's okay they use pulses. They're going to have Brig Ult in a second. Watch Winston's HP. You're going to start seeing Winston's HP go down a little bit because they know they have that ult advantage. They want to build nano ASAP.
Build up these support ultimates so they can sustain on that point and take
Oh,
it to
no.
Helve chased again, but it's Punk to come out on top. Taking out.
They have Brig Ult now. They're going to Brig Ult now. They're going to Brig Ult just to keep everybody up so they don't lose anybody during this. Yeah, I think Spain takes this first map. What a first map, though.
Time either, and it was close.
What a... That was an unreal first map.
Yeah, in the right side of the
How did they qualify? There was a group play and all that
stuff. There was a lot of that in the last one.
Here we go, chat. It's time.
And Crazy Dragon as well, but now Bones coming in.
Welcome. Hope you enjoy.
A bit of a change.
Yeah, currently Twitch drops going on, too.
A bit of Reiner.
Also, I love that they added the currently casting thing top left. The casters have been doing an excellent job, so it's really cool they're able to add that onto that and like kind of show that on the.
What was he doing?
And Gyra, thanks for the 3 months. Happy to friends. Thank you, appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoy it. Yeah, I hope everybody's been enjoying like the analysis and what we do with matches. I tried to do this with other matches.
Yeah, but no, the Weaver
I don't think they're gonna play Life Weaver.
It has been replaced by a Brigida.
So it seems like Thailand has made that adjustment to just not play in Doom now.
By taking us to Rialto, they do set into motion all of these really long angles, nice clear line of sights, but something like a Widowmaker.
That sounds like you've had a lot of tough games today, Relevant. Holy crap.
Set up a crossfire as well. The high vision to be able to play around with. Ace, are you gonna go for
Widow makes sense here because you can play really far back as Widow.
Want to reveal your hand that quickly? Yep, he's going for it.
I would not doubt it if you see Spain switch to a Winston comp again.
Take that duel actually with him.
I'm not saying that they will, but this Widow might make Spain go more dive heavy.
Meanwhile, just getting some free push.
They're on the Bastion comp. They're on, but they're on May Bastion. Maybe not.
First amount of space.
They're straight up on May Bastion. They're just gonna bunker up.
I mean, obviously they're gonna leave T2.
They're just gonna bunker up. They're not even worried about the Widow right now.
On the far flank, acting like a DPS. Ace as well, sitting at the back of the map, kind of just poking.
Yeah, they're not even.
High Vision's able to find Gala on the outside.
That was a good start, though.
He went off screen for a bit of a flank by himself, and that results in his death. So now Spain's
just gonna back up, take a little bit of poke damage, and wait for their Ayari.
Have the advantage.
What they want to do is they probably want to set the Ayari up on a flank eventually, and maybe bring someone with them at the same time. And in doing so, that would allow for them to kind of create those off angles. Taking the high ground's always smart here. I never take high ground in ranked. One, because I can't get everybody to go up there, and two, I always feel like I get rolled sightline-wise, but it's actually a really good strategy.
Both the May and the Bastion, the May to be able to just block and set the Arist up to try and find an isolation, and the Bastion to chunk through as much damage as possible. They don't actually have any flank potential other than Gala on the Alari.
Yeah, but D.Va got D-Max. This is a good Bastion swap, though. Not worth using the ultimate, but they can get out of there and do a lot of damage, I was going to say. That was well played. I have to say, so far, Thailand has been playing this well. In my opinion, they've been playing this one well.
And Spain gets team wiped, Thailand will hold the gap.
It's been good to see.
Yeah, there is absolutely nothing that Spain can do to be able to take space if Thailand are able to just kite out all of the threat potentials that Spain have. And one huge thing that they had to worry about was the Bastion set behind that amplification matrix. It has now been removed, and we go back yet again to the crossfire setup.
Oh, if that was old Widowmaker, Kaneo would have been dead there. So now Thailand obviously sitting back. Ace kind of playing supportive fire for his team will also give them that infrared sights. Also a nade connected onto Spain. Rally from Maputo. They want to go aggressive with it, but
so let me see what Spain has here. Spain does have May ult tonight. I like this Bastion ult. This Bastion ult is going to create a little bit of space for them.
An artillery strike defensively. But, I mean,
so that Bastion ult basically just gives them, like, think of that Bastion ult as almost a support ult at that point. Like, it's not even being used to get in the limb, it's just used as like an extra support ultimate to keep them alive. Kind of like how sometimes you'll see Torbs use their ult defensively.
Moving an inch forward. T2 also finds Gala, who went aggressive. I mean, it seems like this has been a constant for Spain. Gala getting picked out in that fight in particular. High Visions as well will find Punk, and I mean,
yeah, you know why? I can tell that Thailand really likes their strat on this map, which is why they picked this map. Because they know that Spain's going to run this like bunker-style comp, and when Spain is not switching off this bunker style, it plays into exactly what Thailand wants. And remember how at the beginning I said I wouldn't be surprised if they switched into the Winston comp?
Yeah, High Vision getting a little bit too over-eager to try and jump into that backline and
see that?
More stagger picks to fade out as much time bank from Team Spain as possible. Now it means that Team Spain...
It's because it's the strategy of Thailand is to basically beat that bunker comp and play angles. So now this is what Spain has to do is they have to switch, but they switched late. So will it be enough to be able to hold? It's the question. I don't know.
It's immediately burnt out by both the
Yeah,
Diva
nope.
and the Brigitte, and now it's just Team Thailand who now have that Echo.
Yeah, there goes the Ana. Maybe
just
might switch to a Brig. They might stay in the
Team Spain.
Kiriko just so they can get back to the point quickly.
Going for that 1v1. That was
But
just a
this
support versus
is
support
what they
ultimate
probably
matchup.
should have done
I
a
mean,
little bit
Baptiste window
sooner.
really doing not a lot.
And it's just because, like,
here at all. Kaneal's going to swap over to
they
that Ana
gave
because
a lot of
that.
value to what
Nana
Thailand was playing by
rallied first
just
Bruno,
kind
and Polly
of trying to
dropped it with
rotate
Nana.
over and
There's
over
just
again.
too much to deal with. Now we're going
They spent
to
too much
overtime.
time
T1
rotating
touches that objective to make sure
and trying to
it's not
get to
moving any
the spots they wanted to.
further.
When Thailand was basically saying, please do that because we're going to take our time to be able to get the opportunity to get a pick.
Now tries to find Bones.
Oh, no.
The grenade onto him, but can't connect with the pulse bomb.
They're going to trade the Ana right now. But the point, yeah.
After finding the Brigitte, Ace will be able to find Gala Primal Rage from Helm. Surely will be able to find
Nice
this
play.
Ana off into the water, and he does so, but T2 also has found Kaneal.
They got to communicate point, otherwise they're getting off this point. Tracer has point. Ooh.
We'll fall back to the objective. T2 lost the mech, but drops the Diva Bomb. It's just Punk now because Ace has been
Oh,
doing
wait.
so much on
If they can get the Genji alive here with a heal boost, oh, they were so close to Blade. I think Thailand has that, yeah.
As well, and nobody else can touch.
Sci-Fi, thanks for the gift. It's up. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. So here's where I'm at right now. With this, I actually think Spain can still hold this. What I do think though is that I think Spain probably is looking at that in hindsight and going, you know what? If they run that comp again, we need to switch to the more dive-based comp because Thailand is playing the counter the bunker style that Spain is playing. And when they switched, you already saw them getting a little bit of leeway. They didn't even do that without any ult. It wasn't like they had like 5 ultimates and Spain made a play there. They had like no ults and they almost helped. They almost got that.
To anchor their presence and force Team Thailand into a full regroup.
We'll see.
I mean, you would think maybe for Spain, you go back to the drawing boards a bit. It could be also, you know, Thailand. This is their map
Was
pick,
that a
right,
C9
Moxie?
on the server?
I mean,
That really
they've
wasn't that.
obviously
That wasn't the case.
practiced
They really can't touch the
strategy
point there
of
at that
just
point.
Puno
That's
go
more of
play
like,
aggressive
that's not what that
Brigitte.
is. That's just
I
they
mean,
couldn't get on the
but
point
Puno
because there was
like
too many
a
people
former
there from
DPS
Thailand
player,
already
right?
back,
So, I
and
mean,
like
he's
even if they
got
touch the
that
point, it's over.
capability just to go ham on the Brigitte.
It's over at
right?
that point.
Yeah,
Now, if the
it wasn't
Genji
just that,
bladed and it was a
taking full
3v3 and they all
advantage
got
of
off the
this
point,
really
that's
open
different. But that wasn't what was
courtyard
happening.
that we talked about, right? Spain, they ran a composition that relies on everyone sort of rolling as one ball all together. There's no one who's really available to go look for those flanks, which means that the crossfire is never being pressured the way that you want to do with the crossfire. You always have to try and keep attention on the 2 players involved in the crossfire rather than focusing your attention solely on the one,
Here we
because
go.
it means that the other DPS is then getting
Now, the bunker
that
comp's a
free
little
kill
bit
that
better
we
on
talked about
defense,
at the
which is
opening
why you're
of
seeing
this
Thailand
map.
run a little bit
Spain,
different of a
however,
comp now.
deciding to stick with the exact same composition it is. Definitely
The bunker
better on
comp is
defense,
where
I
this
would
will
say,
shine a
given
little
the
bit
fact that
more
there
right
was
now because they can
such a
bunker
good
up and play
angle
around
to
like
be
line
able
of
to
sight.
hold this
On
position
attack,
for
it's where it
as
became an
long as
issue.
possible.
So we'll see.
Where it's going to get a little bit dicey is if
By the way,
they
this
move
map is
towards
very
the first
holdable
corner
on the
because
first
the map widens out
Like,
and the
very
middle loses
holdable.
so much fire as a result.
Don't be surprised to see a very
This is
close
actually
matchup in this part of the map.
Very
too.
aggressive hold so far for Spain over the top.
The
but
first pick will be a good
They're
tell.
avoiding at the moment. They're getting cart push though because they're ignoring them. Polly will go.
They're
down.
okay with the cart push. They're okay with the cart push. They're not worried about the cart because their team fight engagement is always going to be in the same spot. So they give up a little bit of cart time to be able to play it the way they want to play. They're not too worried about the extra cart space that's there. If Thailand spends the whole game having one or two people go to cart and they can isolate them in a 5v3, they'll take that every single time because they're not worried about that.
Team Thailand doing a very
That would
good
play
job
right into
of
what they're
forcing
doing.
Spain into going for that drop down, contesting the point, and that payload is a lot closer to the full part of courtyard.
You
where
said
the
bro
middle
go
is going to
Zarya?
lose value because it's not immediately going to section off the entirety of our.
I don't think I can do that right now.
Split at the moment, Helb over the top, looking for that pressure. I mean, he can
I don't think I can
do it here because
I don't think that's possible right now.
Eventually, he'll be able to drop down like he is at the moment. 2 minutes and 30
Hope you're all
seconds
enjoying
left
the
on clock. Ivision going for a bit of a flank.
I hope you're all enjoying the World Cup matches that we're currently spectating.
Double pocket. Immortality will burn too by Ivision. Amazing placement of the grenades. And then Ace is there with that shot with the railgun charge. Baptiste window by Kaneal to try to equalize it. But no kills just yet. Thailand avoiding that window for now. They actually just take a very passive engagement here.
Here we go.
Comes back with his own window. Ivision goes.
Good high ground control by Thailand.
Bones, and he will go down. Copy onto Ivision's 2. Able to find Helb off of that. Does Spain want to go for the fast wipe here? Mangala's found 1. He's found 2 on a
By the way, this pick by Spain was huge because now what's going to happen is if they don't kill him on high ground, which is why they're trying to go up there right now and get them,
eventually does have
Spain's going to have a really good crossfire, so they have to make a decision. Do we fall back and go for the high ground of limbs? That's exactly why they did that. You're probably wondering why they didn't keep those numbers and win that team fight is because Spain ended up surviving there, and there was no reason to like try to win that because they would have had a crossfire on them, and that would have been that. They would have just been on full side.
Exactly that. The supports with Gala's rally have been able to live through the breath, but Helm does not live through that.
I mean, that was just a good play. D.Va ult is out. May's ulted. They have to disengage because they have a window coming up. Spain can still win this though.
They have to give up the space and play for a regroup.
Spain has window coming up right now, so they're going to lead in with the window, which means Thailand is going to have to disengage. If they overpeak the window, it's too much of like a... Ooh, they went for the double. I see. I thought they would have been fine with just the window. Okay, they got in the limb. They're good job. Well played by the Orisa. Yeah, remember what I said where I said, like, don't be surprised to see this be a very close matchup because you can hold on this one, and their comp is going to be better on defense. We're down to one team fight.
Like you said, he got caught by Plunk, who'd swapped
We're down to
onto
one
that
team fight.
soldier. And this is great for Spain, because with the soldier's better mobility, you can get back into the fight super quickly, but you now have a hit scan to keep the Echo in check.
Here we go.
On that high ground is going to be such
Here's the thing. Thailand has a really good ultimate coming up in Sojourn ultimate, but yeah, they have window and they have Sojourn. This is Thailand's fight to win. That Brig ult is good though, and I actually like what they're doing. Oh, what a play. So what they did was they knew the window engage was going to happen. They dove in at the same time. They did that. That was such a good, smart play. What a play by Spain. So basically, their strategy was once they window, we rally in, and then they just win that. I told you, chat. That's what I was saying, see? That was such a great play. Such a great play.
This is very